So I'm going to go over how I use the AWS Gateway. One, I think it's really good to have an API key, and it's not too much work to add one. You just literally click create API key. And then you can just say like I don't know, my key. You just auto generate it. Right. And then it keeps it blanked out so you can't see, I guess, what mine is. Second thing you have to do is add a usage plan. So you have to give a plan for what you're going to be using this thing for, right? So like my key or like my premium like plan or something, I don't know. And then you can enter the rates per second. So we can cap out the rates. If we only want 100 per second, we can set that. And then we can set this to per day, per week, for requests. Let's say we just only want one request per day. So now we have a usage plan. So now we can go to that plan and then just start adding stuff. We can add our API that we're going to be using to it, and then we can add some API keys into it. So we have this API key that we just made. So my key, right? Add the key. And there we go. So second thing that we're going to do is just create an API. You can do HTTP. In my case, I did WebSockets. Although these are going to be really similar things where you're just going to define it. So my test API, we're going to have the, has like the, I guess, what the person is going to be sending in. I get that kind of structure for it, at least to my knowledge, right? I'm not an expert, but it has to start with request, and then you just kind of call it body action, whatever you want to call it, for like what they're going to be sending it to. And you can have your routes. You want a connect route, disconnect route. You can add your custom routes for what you're going to be doing. So like in my case, right, if I'm creating a room, I'm probably going to want a route for that. If I'm joining a room, I'm probably going to want a route for that so that they can perform those actions. And then you have to integrate it so you can use, I guess, mock responses. But typically you're going to be wanting to use the AWS Lambda. So you'll create your AWS Lambda function, link it. That'll be that. But for now, we'll just do mocks. So you mock, and then you can add the AWS Lambda function later. And then we can call this production. We can call it test. We can call it dev if we want. And then just deploy it. And should be live now. Anytime you make a change, you're going to want to deploy, like click deploy API, but not going to matter too much for now. There's also like these requests, so you can transform the request that you send to AWS Lambda if you want it into like some kind of order. And you would click create template. It's I guess say like content, or is it application / like JSON? I don't remember what it was. It's like one of the two, which, hey, that's not the focus of this video. But so once that's set up, we can set up the API keys too, so we can attach it. So let's say we want to require an API key anytime somebody connects. We go here, API key required. Let's hit up, require, save it. Anytime you make a change, you want to deploy. So you just deploy. And that's that. And then we can go back to this usage plan. We can go ahead and add our stage into this. And right, just this test API, the dev. And then we can do the usage plan. And cool. So like now this is live. It's live. It works. There is no like response, I guess, that you get back from it. So it wouldn't like, I guess, fully work like that. But because there is no AWS Lambda function, but this is how you would set it up. And this is how I set it up for like this Leetcode rooms thing, where if you want to connect to it, you would just go connect to it here using your terminal or WebSocket, like cat, I think it's called. But yeah, anyways, that was something that took me a lot of time to do and was very annoying to learn how to do.